Hi friends, today I'm going to talk to you about chapter 2 of cost accounting, which deals with control for materials. I have some notes on the board. I'm going to be discussing each point in detail, but just to give you a little introduction, we all know that in manufacturing industry there are three kinds of inventories: material, work in process, and factory overhead. In this chapter, we are going to deal only with material. Material is a big asset for any manufacturing industry. Almost 50% or more of companies' funds are used to purchase the inventory. So it's a big asset and it's a big investment. But many times the material inventory is not safeguarded in a right way. There is theft going on in the industry. There is things become obsolete. There is inventory that gets spoiled. It's misused or it's used inefficiently. So what measures could a company take to safeguard one of the biggest current assets, which is materials? Now, first thing that comes into mind is how to control the cost on this material. As we know, let me just point you to my notes now. The three major objectives of cost accounting is cost control, product costing, and inventory pricing. Cost control. What does that mean? How can we control the cost? And which cost should be controlled which will bring the profits high? There are some costs that can be controlled by the company by acting smart, and there are some costs on which the company doesn't have any control. So over here today we are going to talk only about cost controls related to material. What measures should be taken by the industry to control the cost of materials? If you can see, control cost of the material. First measure that the company should take is safeguard the asset. Material is an asset. How to protect the asset? When the company has purchased the material and it has received the material, now it's sitting in the warehouse of the manufacturing industry. What should be done by the industry after that point that will cut the cost of the material? Safeguard the assets. Lock them. So here we're going to talk about the physical control of material. Physical control of the material. How can the industry physically control what it has? Three things could be done. All of the three things should be done actually. First one is limited access. Second is segregation of duties. And third is accuracy in recording. Now when I say limited access, it means that finished goods should be safeguarded in limited access storage areas and not be released for shipment in the absence of appropriate documentation and authorizations. authorized excuse me, only authorized personnel should have access to the material storage areas. Raw materials should be issued for use in production only if requisitions are properly documented and approved. So that means limited access. Not everybody should be allowed to go into the area, into the storage area, and get whatever they want. There should be a barrier here. Second step is segregation of duties. When we talk about segregation of duties, it means that with respect to the material control, the purchasing power, the receiving power, the responsibility to store the material and use of the material and recording of the material, they should be handled by different departments. The purchasing power should be given to separate department. Material that has been purchased should be received by a different department. And then when the material is going to be used, there should be appropriate documentation needed. It should be approved, and then the material should be issued to use. Most important is recording. Whatever is being purchased, whatever is being used, should be recorded in the books. Now, the third part of the physical control was accuracy of recording. What does that mean? We have recorded everything in the books. Whatever was used, whatever was purchased, whatever was left over, it was already recorded in the books. Then what? At the end of the accounting period, the book records should be matched with actual physical inventory on hand. So these were the three control measures that could be done physically on the material. The second thing is how much investment should a company make on materials? For example, material is an asset. Does it mean that the company should buy more than it needs? Should fill up the warehouses with unlimited materials? No, that's not the wise thing to do. There should be a control on the investment. Why? Because the funds that the company is using to buy the material, it could have been used for some other investment purposes, and that could have given them more money back. What other reasons could be there for the limited investment? If they buy the material and they keep it in their storage area, God forbid there is a leakage and the material that they have purchased, which is now their asset, will become spoiled. It could become obsolete, deteriorated. It could be stolen. So for that purposes, there should be a control on the investment of materials. When I say there should be control on investment, does it mean that the company should buy less than what it needs? How is it decided how much the company needs? All these things that are related to investment, they are going to be discussed in our next class. See you next time. Bye-bye.